Of course, as we've said, it's been 1 week since the Russian invasion of Ukraine started, and the attacks continue and, in fact, intensify. Stephen Pifer served as the U.S. ambassador to Ukraine under President Bill Clinton. Ground Force Rob Nesbitt talked with him about the U.S. reaction to the war and how he thinks this military advancement might end. Rob joins us live now with the story. Rob.
Pam, the former ambassador, tells me there are three key things working against Russia: the strength of sanctions against them, the response from countries in the West, as well as the strength of the resistance of the Ukrainian people. To get a sense of what a week's worth of airstrikes feels like, I spoke to Vitaly Timshishin.
So my biggest worry is a nuclear war, honestly.
He lives in San Francisco, but grew up in Ukraine and has been in constant contact with his mother and sister, who live in the capital, Kyiv, where Russian troops first targeted.
The problem is my sister got a surgery just 2 weeks ago, so she cannot run to shelter.
He says he's surprised at the world's response to the invasion of Ukraine. Former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine, Stephen Pifer, says it was also a surprise to Russian President Vladimir Putin.
5-6 weeks ago, there were maybe 5 countries providing weapons to Ukraine. It's now 20.
Pifer works as a research fellow at Stanford University and says he started to get a sense that Russia would invade Ukraine back in January. He's been impressed with the resilience of Ukrainian people who find a way to let Russians know what's happening during the invasion.
They take prisoners and they say, here's a cell phone, call your mom and let her know that you're safe. And by the way, you might mention that your 5 comrades who aren't going to be calling their moms because they were in that armored personnel carrier that got taken out by an anti-tank missile.
A big question Ambassador Pifer gets asked is the possibility of another world war. He doesn't think that's likely, given the promises made by President Biden and NATO.
They made absolutely clear that they are not prepared to send American and NATO forces to Ukraine to defend Ukraine against Russia.
Pifer says another big hit to Russia has been Germany's response. The two countries have been working for 5 decades to form a relationship. The former ambassador says that all went away in less than a week because of the invasion of Ukraine. Live in San Francisco, I'm Rob Nesbitt, KRON 4 News.
Thank you, Rob. And you can follow all of the latest updates on the war in Ukraine. Use your phone to scan this QR code. It will guide you to our website for all of the latest developments and resources available around the Bay Area.